All right, hello and welcome everybody back to the stream. I'm your SimCFI, and I thank you so much for stopping by. Today we're going to be in our classic CRJ, which is where our channel, I think, started to grow. So there's no better way to celebrate 9,000 subscribers than with a CRJ flight. So we're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Obviously, that's going to be the goal for the end of the month is 10,000. We'll do another CRJ stream, and we'll probably do a giveaway as well. I don't know what I'm going to give away just yet, but we'll probably do a giveaway at the 10,000 subscriber mark as well. It's going to be a good one. So I appreciate all you guys stopping in, and sorry that we're starting a little earlier today, as I have to do some stuff later tonight. So we're gonna have to do not a rush job, but we're gonna have to go a bit faster pace than I normally do, but we'll be in the RJ. Luckily today on VATSIM we have Toronto Center that just came online. They just gave me our PDC, so our pre-departure clearance. So we're gonna go ahead and review that together, and we'll get started. I want to say thank you to all the channel members. If you're a channel member, I really appreciate you supporting the channel and becoming a member and getting all the custom emojis and all those kind of things. And I'd also like to say, our channel, I put a poll on our Discord, and everybody except me voted yes for channel merch. So if you guys want to buy channel merch, I have a new link in the description where you guys can pick that stuff up. We got water bottles, shirts, mouse pads, hats, all sorts of stuff. There's two links for two different stores. They have two different types of stuff, so feel free to shop around and take a look. Makes a good little Christmas gift or something, and we'll be using it at the expo. Whoa, look at that. There's a queue that just spawned in the left hand side. Oh, he's gone. All right, I got happy for a second. Anyways, so a whole new channel merch section as well. Lastly, to the channel partners, I really appreciate you guys being a partner of the channel. Hey, the queue's back. Be it Flightbeam, Pimax, Winwing, PUR Korea, they're all going to be listed at the top right corner of your screen. So if you guys see at the top right corner of the screen, just under the subscriber count, there is our list of partners. You guys can find discount codes down in the description. You can save money on ProDesk Sim throttles, which we will be using the ProDesk Sim CRJ throttles today. You can save money on those. You can save money on PUR Korea stuff. Unfortunately, my PUR Korea, I have to do a thing where if I plug my PUR Korea CDU in, I have to restart my computer, and I forgot to do that. So we're not going to be using the PUR Korea CDU today, but you've seen it many times before. If you guys like my Moza video, check out my Moza link down below to buy. Pimax is our brand new partner, Pimax VR. You can save 3% with code CFI, and it gets you about 50-60 bucks. So happy to have them as a partner as well. Without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and say hi to you guys in chat, and then we're going to jump inside the airplane. You guys can chat away, and if you guys are watching at work or whatever, I hope I don't put you to sleep. So that's about it. Let's get going. We're streaming both in vertical stream and in the horizontal stream format. We're in two stream formats. I really appreciate everybody in both of them. So far we got Fireflyer. Welcome in the horizontal stream. Thank you so much for stopping by and saying hello. And we're going to go ahead and get started here. Let's go ahead and jump in. Let me get Navigraph all sorted out because it's still from my old flight yesterday. There we go. Now we're set to mini. Awesome. And this is your, this is the CRJ flight deck. This is in a, don't know my, oh, that's a bug. Okay, this is a bug because I GSX warped myself from the runway over to the parking area, so it turned on the continuous ignition. We're probably going to have that for the rest of the flight. That's a bug that happens. It probably thought we stalled somewhere in that warping process, and once the airplane goes into its stall characteristic or stall protection with the stick shaker, it'll also put in the continuous ignition and it'll never come off. So that's a bug that I've caused, so maybe I can report that later. But anyways, looking at the overhead panel, don't know if I do have a view for it. Everything's pretty much the way we want it. The battery's on. The AP gen will be selected to off at this point. The external power is selected to on as well. Everything else is guarded deselected the way we like it. This is not a first flight of day, so I'm not going to do the fire test and all that kind of stuff. It's already flown today. We're going to be just carrying on from where we are. So nav lights can get turned on at this point. Everything here is deselected. Everything here is set to auto and the way we want it. Currently that looks pretty good. APU is off. Our ignition would technically be off and our starters are disengaged. Our hydraulics for the walk around, I would throw 3A on. These would be actually all off at this point. We'll go do the walk around and then come back and then turn that pump off as well, as there's no point to waste the pump pressure. Emergency lights are armed. Coming up the top corner here, everything is deselected and the way we like it for the time being, with man rate in full decrease position. Packs are selected to off. Temperature doesn't really matter for right now, but we'll kind of set it for when the packs do get turned on. Anti-ice is all off. Windshield heat is set to low. Kind of hard to tell from this view. Passenger sign says no smoking. Light is on. The seatbelt is off. Emergency lights are armed. So overhead is pretty much well set. We're going to go down here to the center pedestal. That's not it. And we're just going to reset our IRSs. See if I can get you guys a better view. And we do that every flight, even if we take it from a different crew. We just go off, off, nav, nav, and then we will go ahead in our FMS position. Next page, grab the coordinates, previous page, throw it in there. That's it. Before we go any further, let's go to the iPad here. We'll go to flight plan, import the OFP. We're not, you know what? We're not using the CDU, so why don't we just send it to the FMS today? And we're gonna press set payload and fuel. I'm gonna spam that button a couple times. I'm also gonna come in here and pay performance and spam enter and set payload and simulator. Sometimes it doesn't like to do it, so we'll just spam that. And while we're here, it'll be a flat 8 departure, dry runway. We'll go ahead and set all the speeds now. V1 to 51, 51, 60 to 10 is what's there. A little bit more of a heavier weight today. Let's see what they got us clocked in at. They got us at 69,000 pounds zero fuel weight. That's quite heavy for a zero fuel weight, that is. Let's go ahead and see what they want us landing at. They want us landing at 74 grand. I'm gonna go ahead and SimBrief always plans these like really close to max landing weight stuff. And in real that's fine because you burn usually the right amount of fuel. But SimBrief doesn't have like the right fuel calculation, I find. So I'm just gonna take off 500 pounds of that, and we'll set that in the simulator. Alrighty, we shall go back to the FMS. I'll go to chat here for a second. If you guys are chatting, make sure to keep chatting. I'll keep watching. Matthew, Eddie, welcome. Have a question about the potential bug for this plane when you have a chance. Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. You can type it out, and I'll answer it when I can. Just go ahead and make a quick Discord message. There we go. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and execute this. We're gonna go to our flight plan page. Toronto to Mini. Alternate is, that's kind of a strange, I wouldn't be a verbal one anyways. That should just say 719. We know what airline we're flying, and the 8 is silent. Awesome, we're going, let's go departure arrival. And we're taking the Ursel 4. The ATIS says runway 23 is in use for departure, so runway 23, Ursel 4, kind of a strange one. I don't think that's a one. We'll take that though. To Zohan. We'll go ahead and execute that. Departure, arrival. We're going to be arriving via the Muscle 3. That's pretty standard. And via item. By the way, guys, if any of you guys are going to the Flight Simulator Expo in 2026 and you're coming out of Toronto, this will be the flight you're taking, most likely. So all that is in there, looking good. We'll press performance. Our fuel showing 11.5. Plug that in there. We're going to a flight level of, man, I missed the FMS already. Too bad it didn't want to work for me today. Flight level 360. And our alternate flight level, our cruise to the alternate airport, is 12,000. Awesome. Our zero fuel is 69,000 pounds on the dot. Alright, fuel plus zero fuel weight equals your gross weight. So we're looking okay on that. 4,000 more pounds and we'd be over the limit, or at the limit technically. Next page, we have all headwinds. We've got minus 30, minus 33, and minus 19. All headwinds in the way there. Then we got a 3 degree above ISO. That's actually not too bad. It's pretty standard. Estimated time of departure is going to be 1840 Zulu. And a reserve of 1779. It's quite high, actually. And they say it's an extra 30 minutes. I don't know if that's... Usually it's about 1,500. It's an extra 30. But anyways, that's pretty good. Actually, that's not true. 400 pounds for the taxi is okay. That's looking perfect. Our performance page, we'll go to the iPad quickly. I'll zoom in here. Takeoff and landing. And our flex temp is going to be 40. We'll go ahead and throw 40 in there. And that spits out an N1 of 84.2. In real world, you'd have a flex temperature and then an N1 associated with that flex temperature. And once we put the flex into the FMS, we want to verify that the flex that's been calculated by the computer is the same calculated by our performance numbers. But we can't really do that in the sim. VNAV cruise page. Top of climb is going to be 254.77. We'll throw that in here. Awesome. 4-degree slope. Radios are auto. MFD menu, we're flying from the right, so VNAV, and the left-hand side will get on. We'll turn the airports off. I will take on high nav aids, and that's about it. I don't mind misapproach either. Now we'll press copy active on this side, and we'll press copy active on this side. That has been completed. Let's go ahead and start up the APU. Again, guys, you're going to have this this bug. That's just a bug from when I warped the airplane, unfortunately. So we're going to press the power fuel button. Come down here, you're going to see APU and byte. The LCV's open, the SOV's open, the door's going to open, there it goes, and the gauges have appeared. The bit test is complete. We'll go ahead and press the starter button, and we'll give you guys some external sounds with Boris Sound Pack here. The Boris sounds are awesome. Lucky, welcome, greetings from Lucky's Flying Service and Live Bait. Hey, well, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Is that a channel? Kieran says, what did you use? Where did you see 254.77? That's in the flight plan. So go to your flight plan. You're going to go through the list of waypoints, that giant list of waypoints, and under where it says top of climb, TOC, under that part, under that waypoint, you're going to look for your cruise speed in there, and that's where you type in that number. It's actually, I have a full CRJ tutorial on my channel. It's one of actually the higher views CRJ channel videos. Go watch that, and I explain with the OFP and everything with the flight plan is how we find that number. But it's just top of climb and the waypoint under it. The speed in there is what we throw in there. Good question though. On the vertical stream, we got 30 of you guys watching. Really appreciate you guys watching the vertical stream. Sometime when I'm starting the engines, I will click the start on ignition panel and then N2 rises, but there isn't sound. And also when I turn the fuel control on to idle from cutoff, engine doesn't start. No fuel flow either. That's strange. If you can, record a video of that and send it in our Discord, and I'll be able to actually assist you a lot better, because it might be a problem you're doing, and it might be a problem of the sim, but I'd have to take a look at that. Stefan, welcome. Hello. Thank you for stopping by. This FMS is all inputted in. Let's go take a look at our electric page. We have cyan blue, which means the power is good. We're going to go ahead and turn the actual APU generator on. Right there, you see it's auto transferred over to the APU now. The external power has been disconnected from the system. And we're going to go ahead and press electric again. The DC power is still okay. We'll press it back to the stat button. And then back to the overhead panel, we're going to unclick the ground power switch. And we're going to tell the people on the ground, hey guys, you guys can get rid of the ground power. We're going to close all our doors as well. And might as well remove the chocks while we're at it. Awesome, the parking brake is on. Cool. Awesome, now last thing we gotta do is we gotta get some air on here. So let's go ahead and throw the packs on so people cannot suffer. We'll go ahead and throw the hydraulics in the auto on position. So auto on, auto. We'll go ahead and set our landing altitude in the elevation here. The way to find this, an easy way, is MCD menu. Actually, not that, index is what I meant to do. Database, KMSP. At 842 feet, we got to put this number to 860 feet roughly. So we're going to go up here to the overhead panel, and we're just going to left click and hold left shift and scroll maybe about 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 840. Wow, I'm pretty close actually. We'll do one more click without left shift. And we got 860, so that's been set. Our seatbelts can get thrown on as well. Let's go ahead and talk to clearance. Toronto usually has a PDC identifier code that you have to read back to them. So let's go ahead and tune Toronto's frequency. And PDC is 960 Bravo. We've been cleared at Ursel 423. So let's get this stuff set up here, guys. I'll put my cameras on so you guys can see a bit better. There you go. We're using the Moza yoke right here. and our Winwing PAP3, followed by the Pura Korea PLTB system. So we've been cleared the Aerosoft 4, which is 5,000 feet, heading up 237. Awesome. 170's V2 plus 10 has been set. We're going to go click the transfer button, so we have flight directors on the right hand side.
14 on lane 10.
And we're going to need an MDA there, so we're going to select over to MDA, and we're going to do, this is our acceleration height. So we're going to put this over to 1570, which is 1,000 feet above Toronto's elevation here. Awesome. That's all been set. Let me go ahead and get my push to talk to rework here. And we're going to call in our clearance now. All I'm going to say is Toronto clearance, it's Jazz 719, information, whatever the ATIS is, and then PDC, and then the identifier code. So we have information, Sierra.
Roger. So runway 23 for you, the Toronto altimeter 3032, taxi lane 10, join Delta Romeo,
Press
Delta
B for the
Alpha
altimeters.
and Hotel, hold for runway 23.
Wait for this guy to read back his clearance.
Down lane 10, join Delta Romeo, over right turn Delta and Alpha.
Did you already get the invite to the Discord? Yeah, it's in the description. The link's in the description there. First link. There's good day, Jazz 719, information Sierra, PDC is 960 Bravo.
Jazz 719, take your read back as correct push and start your discretion call for taxi 8 is Sierra.
Our discretion will call taxi Jazz 719. Alright, let's go ahead and set our trim. Was a 6.9 on the trim. I'll give you guys a very quick briefing and then we're going to get out of here. So, we're doing the Aerosoft 4 runway 23. We have... Actually, let me back this up. Let me go to the tablet really quickly. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Go back inside. Performance. Runway, it says 3-3 right, but it's 2-3. 2-3, flap 8, flex rolling bleeds open. The anti-ice and continuous ignition will be selected off, although the ignition is going to stay on because of it's bugged right now. And the minimum visibility on the runway is 600 RVR, and we got way more viz than required. So, runway 23 on the Aerosoft 4 calls for heading of 237, 1100 feet, then right turn 245, expect vectors till them on course, up to 5,000 feet. The noise is no turns below 3,000 feet. The engine out upon reaching a... Actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to give out engine information. I probably am, but anyway, let's say it's runway heading for this for the stream purposes. Any questions? No? Cool. Threats? It's a beautiful day, and I love to read the chat. So I'm going to be reading the chat quite a bit. Let's go ahead and get GSX all loaded up, and we'll continue with our before start procedures here. These aren't here in real life. I don't know why that's there. Anyways, that's all been set. We'll check our doors page. We'll go back to the camera off section there. Alright, doors are all closed. We can go ahead and go back to the stat page, and up here press the pumps to on. The steering is off. And we're just about to push. I'm going to wait for the beacon, and then we're going to go ahead and push. Let's put our squawk code in. Kind of forgot about that, to be honest. We're squawking. Let's see where I can find it in here. There it is, 0601. 0601. Throw that in there.
Jazz, correction, Virgin 97 had it. Yep, that's approved. Continue Alpha Hotel and hold short runway 23.
There we go. Alright, we're just about to push. We'll go ahead and throw the beacon light on. And we'll go ahead and throw the transponder to number 2 side as I'm flying from the right hand side.
Good day, Rouge 1683, PDC 960 November, information 10, you would like to push the start. Rouge 1683.
Is CRJ now fixed for 24? I haven't really seen a problem, but if there is anything, I will say, this continuous ignition bug I'm having is because I warped myself with GSX. That's been in the sim forever, so that's not a new one. But other than that, yeah, it's been pretty good.
Oh, A for yeah, sorry, Tango, it just has an update on mine there.
Maybe I got to do the parking brake, and GSX just kind of chilling. Okay, yeah, I didn't hear them. All right, we're on the push. This clock, let's make sure it's set to GPS. There we go. We're basically 2 minutes early on our push time. That's pretty good. Of 18:20. All right, guys, and we're gonna go ahead and start up our engines. So let's make sure there's no one behind us because this is VATSIM. There we go. And we're gonna go at top. We're gonna click our starter switch here. Just click and hold. We get the engine start, right start. At 20% N2 with an ITT below 120, we're gonna add our thrust lever to the idle position. I'm gonna tell GSX eventually to stop here in case they go too far. There's 20% below 120. We'll add in our thrust or our thrust lever to idle. Give you guys a nice cool sound of it.
Virgin 970 Heavy Roger. You can call me airborne Toronto wind 290. Correction, winds are calm. Fly runway heading. Climb 5,000. Clear takeoff runway 23. Roger.
Alright, we'll go ahead and set our park and brake. Don't know why it just went back to that view for no reason. Got a stable start on number 2. Let's go ahead and start number 1. Click and hold. And we got the engine start. We'll start our timer. Should have been done on the first one as well. We got 4 subscribers there. Really appreciate all you guys subscribing. We're trying to hit 10,000 before the end of the month. I think that'll be doable. Also, by the way, guys, tonight there will be a brand new video premiering. We'll be premiering our Pimax review. I've had the Pimax for about 2 years, but I just recently partnered with them, so I thought it'd be fitting to make a review for them. Here's the start or cutout. Should have been at 50 N2. That's okay. It's a little bit delayed in the sim. Reset our timer there. We'll go to the electrics page. Everything's transferred over to the engines. We'll check the DC electric. Oh, too many buttons. DC's okay as well. Gonna go ahead to the overhead panel. We're gonna deselect our APU. I'm gonna try to spam that off, but nah, it doesn't gonna work. Aft cargo can be turned on. Our probes can be turned on. I'm gonna go ahead and lock our rudder pedals, and we're gonna go and check our rudder here. Or sorry, not the rudder pedals. I'm gonna check my I'm gonna lock my office chair so I don't slide around checking the rudder pedals. Alright, we're going to go full left. The tow bar is disconnected as well. Don't do this while the tow bar is connected. There we go. That's all good. Back to stat. Arm the switch. We're ready for taxi, guys. We're going to go ahead and call them that we're ready for taxi. Get a notepad out. It's most likely going to be Alpha Mike, Alpha Hotel short 23, but we'll see what they say here.
Version 970.
Of course. I was just about to press my button.
Climb 7,000.
Ground Jet 719, ready taxi.
Jet 719 retro, runway 23 Toronto altimeter 3032 taxi, lane 10 Delta Romeo, Delta and Alpha, Hotel, hold short runway 23.
Okay, lane 10 Delta Romeo, Delta Alpha, Hotel short 23, Jet 719.
Okay.
Alright, we're going to park and break off. It's a bit of a weirder taxi.
Left turn direct saver on course.
Add a little bit of thrust, although you don't actually really need to add a bit of thrust. This airplane will start to roll on its own idle thrust power, which is kind of cool. Beautiful Boris sounds. This is lane 10, the one we're on right now. Hey Mo, what's going on? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate all you guys stopping by. David, hey, welcome on the vertical stream. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Okay, lane 10 to Delta Romeo. That's just straight ahead. Then right turn Delta is the first right turn. Thank you for all the likes and subscriptions. Don't forget to press the like button, guys. If you're new here as well, we got a lot of discount codes in the description. If you guys are deciding to buy anything on your own, if you were going to buy it anyways, you might as well save some money. So take a look down below in the description. You might find something you like here. Now we're going to turn on Tobii eye tracker so I can taxi. This is the Tobii eye tracker, so I just move my head to the right or to the left. So we got, it's actually not in a good position, so I can move it there. It's
434 Toronto, good afternoon, squawk code 6401.
And you can't, oh, should put the taxi light on as well. There we go. You can save money with the Tobii eye tracker with the link down below as well. There's a code for you. It's not the most usable thing for airliners, but for circuit flying, for the GA type stuff,
434 Toronto,
to be able to move your head like this is really beneficial to keep visual on your traffic patterns and all that kind of stuff.
Rouge 1683, Rogers runway 23 Toronto, altimeter 3032. Taxi lane 7 Alpha, lane 8 Alpha Lima Alpha Hotel. And giveaway 2 is the Jazz CRJ9. That'll be on
yeah, giveaway
Alpha there, from left to right, and hold short runway 23.
Okay, runway 23 via lane 8 Alpha Lima Alpha Hotel will give way to the Jazz traffic. Also, if you could, we need to make an amendment request to our final cruise from 340 for 1683.
Okay, we're going to take the next right turn. That's going to be Alpha. Give you guys the vertical streamers, viewers, so you guys can see our taxis a bit more there.
Sorry, you said, was there a 340 as your final?
8 from 340 for Rouge 1683.
Here comes Alpha, this right-hand turn.
I can make the amendment there, the balance of your flight plans unchanged.
And we got to go all the way up Alpha, so we're probably going to go to 2022 knots or so. And my thrust has been idle this whole time here. We're going to add a little bit, just because someone's giving away, so I want to make sure that we get across a bit faster for him.
9 Papa Romeo, Toronto Roger, standby. Watch out, 434, let's see here, your identified flight level 370, and ATIS tagout correct in Toronto. And I'll have a runway assignment for you, maybe a little bit closer.
Expect 24 left. Yeah, I really do appreciate all you guys joining me today. Okay. I would like to stream later in the night, as I know you guys like to probably watch later in the night. However, today I'll be quite busy tonight, so we will be streaming now. I do have a premiere coming out later tonight, though, so feel free to watch that premiere review video. And I will be at a barbecue.
7714, Hotel 23, ready to take off.
That call that guy just made.
Jazz 774, Roger, call me over on Toronto winds.
I'll wait for the call to be over here.
Toronto winds, calm, clear takeoff runway 23. Takeoff 23, Jazz 774.
There we go. That call that guy said holding short 23. That's not a thing we always have to do. I mean, 99% of the time you get to the short line, the tower knows you're there. They're going to call you up.
Okay,
anyways, let's go ahead and get our flap set to the 8 position, which is our takeoff flap.
Airport will be the London 2 departure flight plan.
Check our flight controls, full left.
33, squawk code 260.
Full right. Full down. Let me show you the Moza actually while I do this. There you go. Full up.
Romeo, read back correct. Push and start.
Neutral.
To your discretion, you can call short Gulf ready. Sorry.
We'll turn the auto cross flow to manual. And that is all nicely set and checked. For a very quick summary brief, runway 23 in the Aerosoft 4. Runway heading, then right turn 245 after 1100 feet, and we'll expect vectors to Tillamon course. And we have 5,000 set for our altitude slot.
Hello, you are clear to the Toronto Airport. It'll be the London 2 departure flight plan route. Depart runway 33, squawk code 3101.
Fix my camera as it's about to fall off its hinge here.
Jazz 212, thanks. Your readback is correct. Start up to your discretion. You can call me short Gulf ready taxi.
I'll get caught up with the comments here. We got 26 of you guys watching in the horizontal and 18 of you guys watching in the vertical. I really appreciate all you guys watching. Both the guys says, random question, what kind of FPS do you get on the ground and in the air in 24? My FPS is very good, and I've been, I usually get about 60s to 80s, depending on sceneries and all sorts of stuff, depending if I'm streaming or not as well. But in 2024, I recommend using either auto FPS or the built-in dynamic settings. Right now I'm doing a little test with dynamic settings. I have everything maxed out, and I'm using dynamic settings to get me actually some better performance. So I'm just testing out dynamic settings for the time being, but my performance is great.
97 climb, flight level 370.
Yeah, I kind of wish they'd fix that wing rocking. A little shaky stuff. That doesn't really happen too much. Oh, let's get back in the taxiway. I need someone to come taxi with me while I look outside. I use auto FPS already. Are those FPS numbers native or with frame gen? 100% with frame gen.
7714 Toronto departure here. Identify climb flight level 230.
About 230, Jazz 7714.
Now, real world, no matter what airport we're taking off, well, except for LaGuardia and DC, most times we're contacting the ATC around 28 to 3,500 feet, somewhere in that kind of range. I find that VATSIM, they like contact you and they're like, hey, you're in the air, and it's like, you got to give us a second. In real world, you know, we have flows and stuff. We have to retract our flaps, we'll get the climb thrust set, we'll do all that kind of stuff, and then we're going to contact ATC. ATC is our last mindset in real world operations. So I'm going to try to do what we do real world here in terms of get all configured, then call ATC. But I have a feeling that I'm gonna get a call mid climb, which it's okay, but it would be nice if they gave you a couple seconds. That's why we're good up to 5,000, right? We level off. That's not a big deal. So I'd like to see VATSIM kind of change their tune. Not every controller does it, but I just noticed some controllers do that.
Jazz 7714, then make the right turn direct Tillum on course.
What turn, is it Ursa on course for Jazz 7714?
Yes, my apologies. Right turn direct Ursula on course.
I turn Ursa on course, Jazz 7714.
I mean, you can do Tillum on course. I don't know. Anyways, we're clear left, clear right. Go ahead and take this turn.
Jazz 719 Toronto winds, comp clear takeoff for my 23.
Clear takeoff 23, Jazz 719. Alright, clear takeoff 23. Let's go single landing light on for the daytime. Strobe lights can come on. We'll go ahead and box our stat messages. The flight attendants are aware and they called it that they're ready to go. We're not going, as I said, this is going to stay out for the remainder of the flight as it's quite bugged.
Flight level 240.
We are...
I'm at 240, Jazz 7714.
Let's see here. Clear on the right. We're clear on the left. We're clear to go. Get on the center line here. We're going to press our toga buttons. It's takeoff, 23's verified. Let's get going. Wind is from the right-hand side.
Sorry, the London altimeter 3034, taxi Golf, and hold short 33 advice ready.
If you guys got the flex emojis, if you guys are members, go use those flex emojis in chat. Thrust set. '80s checked. Quite a high V1 rotate. I've never ever really seen that railroad this high, but we'll go with it. There's V1 rotate. Oh, that's such a great sound. When that nose gear leaves, that's exactly how it sounds in real world. Right up to the flight director. Gear up. Speed mode. Climb 164. Nav mode. Heading. FMS2's armed. FMS2's captured. After 1,100 feet, it should turn me to the right here, heading at 245. At least it should.
Rear 1683, line up runway 23.
Line up runway 23.
All right, go to the autopilot on. We're going to go ahead. Oh, didn't turn on. It's not turning on. Oh, I know. I forgot about the yaw damper here. Turn those on. Autopilot's engaged, and we will select our VT speed. We'll select climb 210 for the time being. Yeah, if you guys ever do a turnaround state, make sure to re-click these on. It doesn't say they're off, but they actually are. That's a bug as well that I've reported. Let's go ahead and do flap 1.
Identified through
see, they're calling me.
600 feet climb, flight level 230.
230, Jazz 719. See how they're calling me? That's not a thing. Unless they really need you, but we're not even passing 3,000 feet yet. Flap 0. 230 is set. And flaps are up, gears up, climb thrust. We're after 3,000 feet, so let's go ahead and climb 250.
Route 683, Toronto winds, calm clear takeoff from runway 23.
Autocross flow turns off, our landing light can get turned off, and our strobes, our please reverser. There we go, reverser's off. Could have moved, I just didn't want to. Alright, so we're autopilot engaged, climb 250 knots, FMS2 is captured. Heading of 245 vectors.
Yeah, 212 Roger, runway 23 for you, Toronto, or sorry, the London altimeter 3034, taxi Golf Hold short 33.
And it's going to be pretty smooth to go and do belts auto. Look at this Moza yoke move as it adjusts here. It's pretty cool as it follows the autopilot.
9 Papa Romeo, the London winds calm the airport and clear takeoff runway 33.
Oh, those FPS numbers native? Or yeah, sorry, I read that one. Yo, RJ flying, I see. Yeah, Universe, we're back in the RJ. 9,000 celebration stream, so we're back in the RJ for that. If you couldn't fly the CRJs in real life, what would you do next choice be? 8.7. Probably. Hello, good sir. Nice to finally catch a live stream. Are you on 2020? This is 24, but uninstalled 2020 completely now. As I just get much better performance in 24. I'm gonna give him a ring here. There it is.
For the sequence, turn left heading 150.
Mode. Left turn. All right, heading left turn 150, Jazz 719. That's interesting. That's a pretty big vector. That's kind of unusual. Usually what they would do is tell the guy to go 300 or greater and tell me 280 or less. Something like that. And then give me a vector, and then just, or keep me on runway heading for a bit longer. That's okay. But yeah, as I was saying, in VATSIM, and it's not this controller's fault, and he's doing an awesome job, and I'm not trying to say he's not, but in VATSIM culture, it seems like they call the pilots way too early. We were not even through 27, and he's calling me. Usually, real world, we call them at 3,000 to 4,000 feet. Unless they really need us, they'll call us, but they're trying not to disrupt our climb procedure, as it's a pretty busy time, real world. A lot of stuff's going on. All right, here comes 10,000 feet.
You're identified through 2,800
I'm not going to speed up because there's no point to speed up going the opposite direction, so we'll just keep 250, but we're going to go and do a taxi light off. So the smoking, our seatbelt's already off. The cabin's pressurizing and it's checked. We're all looking good. So normally above 10, everyone speeds up, and yeah, you can do that, but there's no point to speed up going this way.
Turn left heading 090.
Left turn 090, Jazz 719. I like that he does a Roger. Toronto does that all the time. Roger. At the end of their clearance. Likewise, just got rid of 2020 this weekend. Only thing I miss is being part of the E-Jets beta team, but rather than just move to 24. Yeah, I can understand that. I was gonna keep it because of I just noticed this. I was gonna keep it because the 757 was coming out for 2020, but then I read something where the 757 is coming out for 24 as well.
Now you continue to left turn heading 360.
Left turn 360, Jazz 719.
Rouge,
so because I saw that the Bluebird was coming out for 24, I said screw it. I'm just gonna delete 2020. I do miss the MD-11, but that's about it really.
Turn left heading 180.
I will be streaming the not the brand new, but the pretty under-streamed.
Jazz 719, continue to the left turn direct Killam on course.
Continue direct Killam, Jazz 719, thanks.
Jazz 719, actually I meant direct Ursula on course.
Direct Ursula, Jazz 719. Alright, we'll press and hold. Press and hold the clear button, gets rid of the whole line. There it goes, Ursula in here. Execute. And we're going to do it one more time. Nav's available, FMS2's armed and captured. And we'll set our course to align for that. And now that we're going the right way, I'm going to go vertical speed 1,500 feet per minute. We'll select 280 knots for the climb. Everything's looking pretty good. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, now that the 757's come for 24, I uninstalled 2020, and I will be streaming the CSS737-500 Classic soon as well, as it does work for 24.
250 knots or greater.
250 or greater, Jazz 718, thanks. Alright, well, we can do 320 then. Don't give me a greater, I'm going to do it. There you go, climb 320. So our vertical speed 1500. The reason I went out of climb mode and went to vertical speed instead for this acceleration is the RJ in the sim and in real life will basically level itself off to accelerate and then start to climb again. So this way, we're keeping our acceleration going. I'm actually going to do 1200. And then once we get to 320, I'm just going to press the speed button for climb mode. This number is completely... Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, there is no number there. Let's see if it has in the prog. That is still a bug that I have reported many times. Apparently, we're going to get there in 67 minutes, which an hour and 7 is what it predicts, I guess.
212 Archer, call me everyone. The Toronto wins.
J-Bone. John, it's definitely coming for 24. Not sure it will be day one release. Yeah, I thought I saw somewhere in the update that one of the news updates that they said they would be, but I could be wrong about that. I just wondered over here, do you know if it's coming?
719 climb flight level 360.
360, Jess 719. And I'd like to talk to you guys. So 360. Set and confirm there. Let me back up the comments here. I've been missing a few. Let me make sure the vertical stream people are doing okay. Vertical guys are being nice and quiet. I'm having so many VR problems with 24 that I reinstalled 2020 just for VR 24 in 2D. Yeah, I've never done 24 in VR at all, to be honest. There's our transition. We'll hit our B button to set our... It doesn't work. All right, we'll do manual, standard. I don't know why I'm doing that. There we go.
Watch out 434. The 8 is still Tango in Toronto. You can fly runway 23. And when you're ready,
we're getting up to 320 knots. I'm going to slowly just going to increase his vertical speed in a second here.
When we can.
There we go. And we're going to press speed. Climb 320.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's turn the cameras off. You guys don't need to see that anymore.
Center, good afternoon. Delta
Busy in Toronto Center today.
350, we're just north of Cleveland, entering the airport.
Are you using MobiFlight for the PAP3? Yes, I'm using MobiFlight Profile. You need, in 2024, you'll need to use the beta version of MobiFlight, the beta version.
Hello.
That can be done through the MobiFlight settings. A10, welcome. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Other guys, I just find the subscription model for CSS really weird. Why offer it at all? Yeah, I think this is my opinion. I like to... I'm going to separate the airplane from the purchase. The plane is actually pretty cool. I think they should charge $50 to $60 for it. And they should charge like $120 for 500, 300, 200 of the 37. Like all the variants should be 120. And then each airplane should be 50 or something like that. I think they... I'm waiting for these guys to stop talking. They're talking too much here.
1000 for Delta 1243. And I have a question for you.
Yes, what's up?
It's been a while since I've been in Canada. Even though I'm cleared to 1000, I think I still have to descend via the steps in the star.
That is correct, yes.
Thank you much.
That is correct. I'm surprised he knows that. Not a lot of people do know that part. Anyways, they should do a 1 month subscription, and I do like that idea in case you want to try the airplane. You can have the ability to try it for a month. And then they should also do a one-time purchase fee of $50 for each individual version, and then a total bundle package price of maybe $100, $120 or something, whatever they want to charge. That's what I think they should have did. Fires, hey, welcome. Don't say that, Fires. It'll be very soon after release. Okay, sounds good. Quote, very soon. I'm good. Getting ready for the 30-mile bike ride. Oh my gosh, I went on a 20 or 25 kilometer bike ride yesterday, and I don't know how your gluteus maximus takes it. I'm pretty much done. I feel that's the sweet spot for pricing. I feel very happy with 120 paid for the Phoenix 320 and the 319 and 21. Yeah, if you get like 3 to 4 airplanes for $120, I think that's a decent price. Each individual plane should be $50 to $60-ish. I think is fair.
340 for Rouge 1683. Do you want us to keep the speed at 250 still?
Rouge 1683, no, you can resume normal speed now, thank you.
Normal speed, thanks, Rouge 1683.
Jazz 719, you can resume normal speed now, thank you.
Normal speed, Jazz 719. This is my normal speed. We're doing a climb 320, which is a little, it's more of our high-speed climb variant. Usually we're 280 on the climb. But what we have to watch out for here, guys, is if you're doing a climb 280, it works out real well because climb 280 around 36,100 feet is 0.77, and the airplane will automatically transfer you from climb 320 or 280 to climb 77. Because we're climbing so much faster, we're going to reach 0.77 lower than 31,600, and for some reason Bombardier chose 31,600 as their Mach switching over number. So because we're not going to get it automatically switching for us to Mach numbers, we have to watch out around the 28,000 feet mark. 320 is going to equal 77, and that's where we're going to go here and manually click that switch in.
319 Papa Roman, there will be traffic at your roughly 1 to 2 o'clock, about 15 miles, a dash 8 westbound, should be 1,000 feet above. Jazz 7714, same deal. There'll be traffic at your about 10 o'clock, 15 miles, a northbound A319, 1,000 feet below.
Affirmative, got visual on the traffic.
Climb 320 must be go home day. Exactly. I got a barbecue after this, so I gotta speed along here. Delta Wing CRJ for X-Plane is okay, but it could be so much better. Needs a flight model refresh. Yes, I don't own X-Plane, but someone showed me the RJ for that sim, and I was not too impressed. In my opinion, the RJ in this sim is much better. Here comes 0.77, guys. So if we don't change, watch if I don't change anything, this red overspeed limitation is going to keep coming down, 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 down. So and it's not going to switch. See, there's 77. It doesn't change. Notice it's coming down. Let's go ahead and click that button. Climb 77. I told the airplane I want you to hold this Mach number now. I don't care about indicated airspeed. I care about Mach. And we're going to start climbing from 0.77. That's what it's going to do. I'll go ahead and fix our heading for the next turn there. The Aerosoft CRJ is milestones better than... Yeah, I think so as well. I'm not saying that because I help with a lot of the features of this airplane. Although I may be a little biased. Alright guys, we'll give you a bit of a wing view for this nice beautiful turn. It's really cool to see your Moza or your force feedback yoke, whatever yoke you're using, follow the autopilot yoke. And that's what's really cool too, is disconnecting this autopilot. Sometimes in the real plane, when you disconnect the RJ autopilot, the yoke is in mid movement and it kind of jerks when you disconnect it, and that happens in the real that happens in the real plane, but it happens in your simulated yoke as well, which is cool. If you guys do want to buy the Moza yoke or have more information on it, the Moza yoke description, the Moza link, sorry, is down in the description. If you buy it through that link, it does help the channel quite immensely, so I appreciate you guys using that link.
Yeah. Jazz 212, you can proceed direct to Mayrod.
We went up a few subscribers there. Thank you so much for anybody who's subscribing. Really appreciate that. We're on the road. Let's see if we can hit 9,100 by the end of the night and 10,000 by the end of the month. I think 10,000 by the end of the month is quite possible. Adam says, all of the displays froze on a flight from LaGuardia, Toronto. Plane continued to fly, but no. So you had a Wasm crash there, Adam. Depending if you're 2020-24, what I would do is I would uninstall the airplane completely and reinstall it and try to clean the Aerosoft the Aerosoft cache files as well.
Oh, to the dark side, 714. Thank you very much. See ya. Yeah.
Looks like we have another buddy flying with us towards Minneapolis. In front of us there. You're the reason I got vectored. I'm just joking.
Push at 434, amendment to the descent when you're ready to send flight level 240.
Everyone, please like, subscribe. Yes, please, A10. Thank you. Listen, A10. Well deserved. The channel is gold mine for people that enjoy the CRJ and other planes, of course. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been trying to mix up the flying in the past few days here.
Push at 434, amendment to descent when you're ready to send flight level 240.
Next stream, we're most likely going to be back in the Citation X, or we're going to be in the 727 because ProDesk sent me 737 throttles, and I would like to use those. Which, by the way, guys, I didn't show you, but let me show you here. We are using the ProDesk Sim CRJ throttle kit. Don't worry, I have shorts on.
Hello, good afternoon. You can expect
spoiler has all the clicks, the thrust levers, and the flaps have the detents as well. There's the flaps over there. And then pedals, we're using the Winwing Skywalker pedals.
It is runway, we'll get 23 for you, the Toronto altimeter 3031, and 8 is Tango.
And this is generally in real life where the climb performance starts to drop off. Roughly the 30s, you can see it's already dropping off. That's quite realistic. It's going to bob and weave between 4 to 1,000 feet per minute somewhere. The heavier you go, the more dropping off it's going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of high nav aids. There we go. The reason we like high nav aids real world, in case you have some sort of engine failure or depressurization or something that you have to go divert somewhere, you have a rough idea of where you are, where you're going. The only ProDesk Sim kit I do not recommend is the MD-11 one, but all the other ones are good. I may or may not have them all. Hey, well, if you buy another one, Captain, you can save 5% with code YOURSIMCFI if you buy the next one. I think my next one, if I'm going to get one, I just bought the 737 kit, but he also had sent me the 320 and 727 for free to review for the channel. The next one I'm going to get is probably the 747. That'll be really cool. I want to use honeycomb yoke. Wait, are you sure you have short? Yes, I do. I can. Yeah, I'll prove to everybody. This is kind of weird, but I'll prove to everybody. These are my shorts. I just have very long legs at 6'4". It's quite hard to get into the RJ.
Delta 1243, you can plan runway 24 left.
We'll plan 24 left. Thank you very much. Delta 1243.
Do you have the Bravo throttles, CFI? Thinking about getting them? Yeah, the Bravo throttles are really, really good. I know at Flight Sim Expo there was a new company. I forgot the company's name, but they were working on like an updated Bravo throttle, which if it ever comes out, will put these to shame.
John 79, correction 719. Leave my airspace to the west there. Mini is offline. Surveillance service terminated. Change under. We'll see ya.
Over to Unicom, Jazz 17. Have a good night. Thanks for service.
Hey, bet.
Alright, over to Unicom there. Anyways, if you do get the Bravo, I would recommend either Blackbird, Flight Sim Factory, or ProDesk Sim to get your throttle kits up. The throttle kits make a huge difference. If you go back in yesterday's stream in the Airbus that I had the 320 set, is an amazing throttle set. I think that 320 is actually the best quality that they have. It's better quality than the RJ ones I have in terms of build quality. King Bob, welcome. That's it. Yeah, Meridian. Meridian is making them. That's it. In the vertical stream, Seabass. Hey, welcome. I do remember, yeah, because you're lame. Seabass Minecraft. Welcome back to the stream. Thanks for stopping in. Gonna take a quick look-see at Mini and see what the weather of ATIS, or sorry, that didn't make sense. See what the ATIS is doing. They're using runway 12 left for arrival. 10-mile viz, gust 20, few 5,000. It's a pretty more normal day. Altimeter 3002. We'll set 3002 in here. There we go. Set for later. That has nothing to do with autopilot, so you can set that to whatever you want. Just standby instrument for you. And I'm going to get the... You know what? Real quick, I'm going to go settings right here. I know I shouldn't do this. Dynamic. That's already the 60. I'm going to do 65. There we go. And I'm going to get the CTAF frequency now. .CTAF AMSP. And it's 26.7. We're just going to plug that in as our standby. There we go. But yeah, I can't thank you guys enough for getting this to 9,000 subs. I've had this channel for about 7-8 years now. It's been named different things over the years. So if you go back to my old videos on the channel, you'll see the intro of Flight Sim Fan. That was my old channel a long time ago. And I also have one called Mr. Boeing and stuff. Anyway, but anyways, in only the last 2 years, year to 2 years, this channel's grown crazily with the CRJ content and all that other stuff. So I really appreciate you guys watching and liking the videos. I am planning to do a full flight tutorial again with the RJ. I'm just trying to find time and the motivation to do it, as I already have a pretty decent one, I think, video on it. But I'll have to do a version 2.1 update one soon here. Will do, sir. 7.4 kit is good. Just wish it was slightly bigger. Yeah, I've never seen or owned it, so the CRJ was tough to justify due to price, but it was worth it. PDS has to send a replacement, but their customer service is good. Yeah, Captain. Honestly, my right throttle doesn't seat properly. He sent me a replacement, and the right throttle doesn't seat properly. So I've sent him another email. Maybe it's the gates I have. I don't know what it is, but my right throttle will not seat in its position. Yeah. No, we're not doing that over here, King. You see how fast this vertical speed has dropped off? This is what happens in real life, and I get a lot of comments saying, "Is this realistic? Is this realistic? Why is the RJ can't climb? What?" This is what it does in real life, guys. I'm here to say this is what happens in the real airplane. It will bob and weave. If you want to get rid of this, go vertical speed. Pick somewhere between where it's bobbing and weaving, like 600 to 700 feet right now, and you can leave it like that, but you're not speed protected anymore, so just watch out for that. But the RJ does do that in real life a lot. I'm just going to put it back and climb 7.7, as I like to just be speed protected. Let's go ahead and start getting ready for our landing here. So 12 left is what's in use. We'll go to the performance page. This is still bugged. Notice our gross weight hasn't changed, but our fuel has changed. So I'm going to put 8630, which is our current fuel, in there. Shouldn't really do that in the climb, but I'll do it in the sim. This is our gross weight now. It never updates in the, and I have mentioned that, so hopefully we'll see that. But anyways, we're going to be at 69,000 pounds is our gross weight. Sorry, is our zero fuel weight. And if we go over here, you'll see we're predicting to be landing with 6,200 pounds. So what you're going to do is you're going to add your predicted landing fuel. So 60, we'll call it 6,200 plus 69,000 pounds. And that's going to spit out your landing weight, or predicted landing weight. And currently, and this is what SimBrief always does, we're over the landing weight limit. The landing weight limit is 75,100 pounds, and we're predicting 75,200. So in the sim, because I don't want to burn fuel and do all types of stuff, I'm just going to lower it. And if I can, I don't know if I can still do that anymore. Might have been a 2020 trick. Yeah, that's not going to be good. Alright, well, what we're going to do, we'll have to fly with like spoiler or something. We can't dump fuel, so... yeah, SimBrief always plans these flights to the max landing weight. And I even took out some poundage. Oh, we're at 68,433. That's where we're at. Okay, good. Let's re-put that in there. 68,430 is what we're actually at. That might help us a teeny little bit. So we'll do that again. 6,200 plus, I think it will just barely work. Plus 68,430, it brings us to 74,600 pounds. Just under the limit there, so we'll be okay if that actually works out. There was 35 for 36,000 feet. Exact same issue? Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's not just me. He sent me replacement parts, but I still had the problem. Is the discount code your SimCI5 for the Moza yoke? Unfortunately, Moza has not given me a discount code. I have requested it. They had said, they actually didn't even send me the yoke. I paid for this yoke myself. They had said to me, depending on how well your link does, will determine how much more things we collaborate with you with. So unfortunately, the Moza link is just a link, and I don't think anybody has a discount code like Blue or EXP or anyone else. I think it's just a Moza link, affiliate link. So if you do want to buy the Moza yoke, which I bought it with my own money because I tried it at the Expo and I'm loving it. If you do use my link, it does help the channel, and unfortunately it does nothing for you other than just knowing you helped me. So hopefully in the future they will give out links to content creators, but so far, or codes, but so far there isn't. Alts cap at 36,000 feet, and we have planned for... Oh, wrong button. VNAV, next page. 7.7, so we're just going to reduce thrust and hold 7.7. Nico, hey, what's up? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Have you tried Say Intentions? I do have Say Intentions. I'm actually partnered with them. We have an affiliate link down in the description down below if you'd like to use it and save some money on that as well. I think there's a code for it. But I personally hate flying with AI controlling. I just hate it. I know the argument is you can do it while there's VATSIM on offline. That you can have ATC. I'd rather have no one talk to me than AI. They're just so brain dead, and yeah, I just don't like it at all. But that's my personal opinion. Adam says, are they working on updates for the RJ? Please say yes. Not currently. They're waiting for 24 to get a lot more stable is what I've been told, and then they're going to start working on it again. The flight model will be tuned again as well. I saw a retrofitted ATS system on CRJ 200 Challenger 850. Do you know of any RJ97 So no, auto throttle systems. There's been rumors in the industry ever since some accidents in the RJ have been happening to bring auto throttle mandatory on them, but they're just rumors, and that's about it. I've never seen one retrofitted with it. Honestly, if you fly the plane properly, you don't need it. It's actually a bit more fun to kind of just hand fly it. It'll kind of take the spirit out of the RJ a little bit, but and a Bombardier CRJ with auto throttle would be probably a nightmare. It'd be so retrofitted and dorky that I'd probably just not even use it. Like, I don't even use the VNAV. The VNAV's terrible in the RJ in real life. It's just not worth your time. It's not as efficient as what I can make it do. And it is good for those, like, descend vias. When they let you do that, it's okay at those, depending if you have the right vertical descent VPA chosen for yourself with the winds that day and anti-ice and all that kind of stuff. And it's also good for LPV approaches, but other than that, it's pretty useless. Let's see. I like the thumbnail today. Hey, thank you, appreciate that. That was Aviation Bros. Go check out Aviation Bros on YouTube. He's the one that made this thumbnail for us. He also made the channel logo, and we're not using it right now, but our overlay as well. So go check out Aviation Bros on YouTube. Get his sub count up. Tell him I sent you there. Really cool guy, and he made the thumbnail today. Out of curiosity, what are you looking to fly next after CRJ? My dream was to fly E-jets, but it never happened. I don't want to touch the E-jets at all. Personally, they're just much slower than the CRJ. Unless it's like an E2, like a 195 E2 would be kind of cool. But a 175, it's basically a deceleration downgrade. But I would want an 8.7. That's the dream plane, is an 8.7. That'd be pretty cool. Or a 320 Neo would be kind of cool, but an 8.7 would be pretty sweet. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I work on the Challenger. We get the auto throttle systems surprisingly. The CRJ 200 I saw there had an throttle retrofitted, real interesting stuff. Yeah, I'm sure it's an interesting auto throttle system. Let's carry on with our approach setup here, guys. We're gonna go ahead and do performance, takeoff and landing. Minneapolis, 12 left. It's dry. Refresh the METAR. We're gonna be landing with 74,650 on the poundage. VREF, we're not going to add any of these speeds. I want to talk about this for a second. You guys are flying 320s and 37s and 47s where they add like VREF plus 5, VREF or whatever. In the RJ, it's VREF. You fly the VREF speed unless you have a gust factor. Now today, we actually do have that. So if I go to weather, ATIS, the wind is 200, it's 13, gusting 22. So that's just, we'll round up to a 10 knot gust. So in this case, we're going to add half the gust factor. The gust factor is 10, so half of it is 5. So this is actually a case where we do VRF plus 5. But if you didn't have a gust in the wind, you don't have to add the plus 5. All right, we're gonna press calculate landing distance. We're using 3,300 feet. That's a bit, no, it's probably roughly about 5,000 feet is probably what you're actually going to be using. Reverser is usually set to none because we usually use idle reverse. But anyways, yeah, we have tons of room. Gonna make that work. Our landing V2 go around, let's make sure our speed's okay. Slightly high, that's okay. Our V2 ground is going to be 154, so if we lose an engine and we're in the go around, this is our min speed. Our VFTO in the go around, our VT speed is going to be 204 with a VREF of 148. It's a bit high, I'll probably do 144. It's probably a bit more realistic. So that's all been set up. We're going to go ahead and do our... let's get our Navigraph all set up for the approach. Let me bring it up here, you guys can see as well. Kind of leave it there. Approach 12 left, we'll do the ILS. And we're descending to the Muscle 3 is what we're going to be doing here shortly. Muscle 3 has a restriction of 280 knots until slowed by ATC. So we'll keep in mind of that. And so basically what I do, guys, is weather weights plates. I've gotten the weather, I know what the performance or what approach is going to be in use. We take a look at the plates, so we know, we look at our weight, our landing weight, so we get our landing speeds and how much room we're using and all that kind of stuff, and then we do plates. So now I'm on to the plate portion where I'm going to get all our frequencies set and all that kind of stuff. So our loc is 10.7. We can go ahead and set that now on the radio page. You can either type 110.7 or you can actually type the identifier IPJL in real life. It's probably not going to work in the sim. IPJL, there you go, 10.7. It changes it here for some reason. It shouldn't, but anyways, those are all set. 10.7. And our MDA on the Cat 1 is going to be 1041, so we round up to 1050. Scroll this MDA knob down here. 1050 is set right. The other guy would do it as well. We're not going to. It's visual, so real world, sometimes people don't even put it there if it's a visual approach. But we'll throw it in there. Alrighty, we're going to go down to the FMS. Departure arrival. That's arrival section, 12 left, legs page. Let's connect that together. And actually, by the time we execute this, we're going to be direct ITM, so we'll just put direct ITM for the time being. Let's check all these out. So we're starting at ITM, then we got Shea, then we got Camaro above 24,000, German 280 knots above 22. I'm cross-checking the plate with the FMS here, guys. Muscle 280 above 17, Bakes 280 below, above 12. We got Wolves, Loon, Wideberry, or I don't know what they want, Woodbury, 250 above 10. And that's just this guy over here. And then we got Zasky. Then we got Camo at 230 above 8. Pause. And then we're going to be vectored in for the ILS 12 left. Let's see if there's any... Yeah, I'm just going to do it from Hamel there. And that starts for us at Hamel above 4. Then Washi is FAF Cross 3000. Runway 12 left would be a 142 on the ref speed. Missed approach heading a 121. Let's go up here. Heading a 121 to 1300 feet. Then 096 to Kanak. And then holding at Kanak 205 knots. Actually, probably 211/3000. And that's all set up, confirmed, and executed. There we go. And I'll give you guys a brief. We're still nice and stable on our speed. We're not expecting to descend for a little bit here, so we're doing the Muscle 3 as briefed and as shown there. We'll descend via that. Then we're going to do the visual backed up with ILS, which is page 11-2, with effective date of February 28. I'll give you a VFR brief because it's going to be a visual approach. So our locs are tuned. The final approach is a 121. MDA of 1050 set right. IMSA based on MSP VOR 3,500 feet, high sector. Missed approach runway heading 1,300 feet, then left turn 3,000, outbound MSP VOR 096 radar Kanak, holding at Kanak. In the event of misapproach, either person can call Goron, including ATC, and I'll select toggle button, toggle thrust. We'll call flat bait, gear up, speed mode, heading mode, gauge ball pilot 600 feet. And we'll start, if they want us in the published mist, there's no ATC, but if they want us unpublished, we'll go ahead and do white needles nav available nav mode. chart to retract the flaps around 1,800 feet, climb thrust, and we'll get the after takeoff checks out of the way. Pappy's left-hand side, ALS out type 2 lighting, and on a cat, I've already briefed that, 3-degree slope. 12 left, we're going to plan to exit right-hand side, most likely Papa 4 or Papa 3. And we're parking at gate Echo 3. No hot spots for the exit there. In case we do have to go miss, we have an extra 4,600 pounds of fuel. That can't be right. 1 second. Let's see. We're predicting our min fuel is 3,600. So our extra fuel is going to be, it's going to be about 3,500 pounds of extra fuel. So we have enough for 2 more approaches if we need to do it at Minneapolis. And if it just doesn't work out, we'll go to the alternate. Sounds good. Any threats? I mean, it's kind of windy. That's not really a threat that much. It's pretty normal stuff. So yeah, I'll probably just be talking to chat. That's my main threat here. So what exactly is wrong with the CRJ flight model? It's SC3. I don't fly in the real world. I actually like flying nothing in real life, but it seems okay to me. But what do I know? Yeah, the only thing that's kind of weird is sometimes under 400 to 300 feet, it gets into this weird wishy-washy wind effect, which is not a thing. Other than that, I've noticed it's pretty good for the most part. There might be some fine-tuning and more features we could take advantage, but for the most part, it's okay. I'd have to do some more landing after landing after landing to kind of really hone down everything, but for the most part, it's not bad. CRJ looks way better than the EasyJet. Yeah, it does. T-Tel Mafia. Woodbury. There you go. Woodbury. I was not too far off. Recently got the Challenger FCP by Aventique Simulation. Works like a charm, and man, really similar to the CRJ as well. Hey, that's pretty cool. I might contact them. Maybe they'll want to send out a review copy for me to showcase. I've never even heard of that company. Just landed CRJ 900 at San Francisco. Hey, nice one, Seabass. How did it go? Hope they went okay for you. Let's check when we got to start descending here. It's not for a while. This blue line's our missed approach, so don't worry about that. I don't know why it says 1,300 feet that far away. Just gonna get rid of that. It's wrong. It's also a bug. Anyways. Yeah, we don't have to start descending for quite a while. I'm gonna go get a quick drink of water, but you guys feel free to keep chatting, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes, not even. Actually, I'm going to take a very quick phone call, but I'm still here. Alright guys, I am back. I really appreciate all you guys stopping in and flying along. I think we have someone else flying with us as well. I thought at least. I'm going to show you guys some cool stuff we've just recently made for the channel here. Let me bring it up. So on your screen right now is our brand new merch that we got. I'm just going to back this up so we can hear a bit better here. And I've designed everything. We got stickers and headphone case and all sorts of stuff. And I actually purchased this water bottle because I don't have one, and I keep losing mine. So I thought it'd be kind of cool if I wrap my own merch. That's definitely not douchey or weird at all. So I think I just kind of like it. I think it's kind of cool. You can be part of the T-Tail Club. We have this shop on 4th Wall, and then we also have a shop on Teespring. Both are all in my Discord there. And hats and things. Now what's kind of cool as well is, let me bring up the other one. I'm going to be going to Flight Sim Expo. I hope you guys are there as well at FS Expo. And I'm going to be bringing with me this tote bag. And this bag will have the logo on it. And then I'll have MSP 2026. So every year I'm going to do a new bag, and I'm going to get Lonnie a Flight Sim Gaming one as well. So if you guys see Flight Sim Gaming there, or me, you'll know because we got these bags. That's us. You guys are free to buy them as well, obviously. It's on the website there at the SimCFI shop on Teespring. But those are our new channel merch stuff, which I'm actually quite proud of how they turned out. And relatively easy. I just kind of wish the base price for all that stuff is cheaper. Like, they make me charge a certain price. So maybe one day if I can make it all in-house. But other than that, yeah, I just saw the FCP in the Discord. That looked really, really cool. You can check it out there. Good stuff by them. Yeah, it looks really, really cool. I'm definitely going to send them a message and see if they can send a review copy. I'm going to join their Discord and see if they would like to give me a copy of it. I'm behind and below. Hoo. Sweet. Thanks for stopping and flying in. Not stopping, but thanks for flying with me. All right, I just sent them a message, so hopefully they get back to me, Nico, and we'll be able to showcase that. That'd be pretty cool. Thanks for letting me know. That looks pretty awesome. We picked up some more subscribers as well. I really appreciate that. We're around, we're at 9065, which is insane. I would have never thought that we'd be passing 2,000, let alone 9,000 subscribers. I wish we can get some more people in these lives and start chatting, but it is a little bit early as well, so it's probably what it is. But hope to see more people turn out, and we'll be streaming. I'm on reserve, so probably streaming tomorrow on either really late or around the same time as today, and then Wednesday. Make sure I got my days right. Yeah, Wednesday I'll be streaming probably a nice 7 o'clock p.m. Thursday 7 o'clock p.m. all that kind of stuff, as I'm just on reserve. If they don't call me to work, I'm gonna stay home and stream for you guys. If they call me to work, I gotta go to work. That's kind of it. Kind of how it goes. I'll get my medical coming up too. I gotta do that shortly here. Didn't realize Mini was hosting FS Expo next year. Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. That's why I thought it'd be kind of a cool idea to get that little little bag out. And I'm gonna get one from me and Lonnie. How's the sense going? Still need to, yeah. We're gonna wait till those numbers start to say more in the 2,500 range rather than 800 range. So we're gonna keep this 36. All the restrictions here are 280 knots and above above 220. So we're above 220, we're above 17, we're above 12, we're above 8. So we're gonna make it all the aboves. Above 11, above 10, and then at 8,000 is basically the one we're concerned with, which is Camo. At 8,000, we need 600 a minute. We're gonna wait till this says 2,700 a minute. We're gonna start down. Hey, sir. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Being in reserve, do you have TC from your ringtone yet? Yeah, I do. I actually had a schedule for the summer, and I think we have some temp-based stuff happening, and my schedule went away, so my block went away, unfortunately, so I'm back in reserve for the September, but hopefully next month I'll get a schedule back. But yeah, my mom called me earlier today, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, we're good. So we're chilling. Where are we? Just popping in? Just popped in. We are just about to pass. Let's see here. South of Green Bay in Wisconsin, it looks like. Kind of just south of Oshkosh kind of area, to be honest with you. It looks like we're catching up to that queue that tried to take off way before us. Good try. We're gonna catch you up. We caught up even with a giant vector that we had too, which is quite insane. XRFS, hey, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being a channel member, by the way, guys. And thank you, Extra, for being a member as well. Nice drop down for the Osh. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's something you gotta fix, guys, as well. This is not correct. We're at 0.77. Look how high nose angle my airplane is right now to maintain 7.7. It should be a lot more flush with the horizon. Maybe half a degree nose up. This is like almost 3 degrees nose up. That's quite wrong as well. So there's something in the lift and drag that's not going right. The problem is if you start touching lift and drag here, it's going to affect your landing and all that other stuff. So we're going to see how that goes. We have to do some fixes with that. That's flight model as well. Absolutely love the CRJ. It's one of my favorite planes. Hey, I appreciate that, man. It is a fun airplane to fly in real world. It always keeps you on your toes, that's for sure. There's no airbusting around. It looks really good on this airplane, and I'm having a channel member, part of the Discord. He's going to be making me, you guys know the Air Canada jets on that 320, that black skin. I have him making that for the RJ for me, so it's gonna be a really cool skin. We'll do some charter opposite with it. Ringtone jump scare. That's the other thing. I'm going to a barbecue, but I'm technically on reserve, so I have to bring my stuff over there. I hate doing that too. It's so annoying. So I've just got back here. Can you give me some landing tips for the plane? Yeah, the easiest way to, or my technique to land this airplane every time, have a successful landing. I'm not saying you're going to have a greaser every time, but you're going to have a successful, safe landing every time. Is at 50 feet, your eyes are going to move from your aiming point, so you should be looking at the 1,000-foot markers before 50 feet, and then after 50 feet, unless it's a really short runway, you can look a bit earlier. But anyways, look at 1,000-footers. At 50 feet, you're going to start looking down the runway, either a few lines, or some people like to look all the way at the end. At 40 feet, keep everything what you're doing. Keep the 700 feet per minute, 3-degree glide. Keep your power where it is. Don't touch anything. Maybe you can add a bit of nose up, but I wouldn't unless you really need it. 30 feet, you're going to start walking the power back nice and slowly. You're going to start decreasing thrust. 20 feet, continue decreasing thrust nice and slow. You're going to also start to bring the nose up for the flare. Just a couple pumps of nose up. 10 feet, idle thrust, continue a tiny bit of flare, and add any rudder required for the center line for wind correction. That's what I do real world, and it works in the sim pretty well. Make sure you're all trimmed as well. It makes that a lot easier. And I have actually a landing tips and tricks tutorial video on my channel that can help you out with that as well. Breed says my ringtone for cruise sked is air rage, is air raid siren. Yeah, that checks out. It's a good one. Stressful, relaxing. Yeah, stressful, relaxing. Yeah, exactly. Charlotte Flight, hey, welcome, welcome. Nico says, friend of mine went to AOG today in Denver today. 80G heater broke. Amazing. That sounds awesome. Great fun time. Not sure why some people dog on the RJ for being small. I don't think it's that bad. And I'm 6'1". Yeah, it depends on the airplane, how they have it, how the airline has it configured. I actually find it's okay for me. I find I have better space in the RJ900 than an Embraer, to be honest. Not width-wise or height-wise, but length of my feet-wise in knee space. Any tips for multitasking during instrument training? It's kicking my right now trying to fly brief. So it's, I don't know when you started instrument training, but it's going to be a lot of stuff. If you have access to a sim, go do that stuff at home, and it's a lot easier when you start to do it at home. So do it all at home the way you do it in the plane. The other thing, it's going to get easier once you've done it a few times and you kind of know the rhythm of how things are going to go, and you're going to start doing things without even noticing. It also depends on how the instructor teaches it. I wouldn't just give you everything to do. I would I used to like to teach where I'd give you 1 or 2 things at a time, and then I would slowly start giving you more tasks and more tasks and more tasks and so on. Alright guys, we have passed the Q400 that tried to beat us over there. They even gave us a delayed vector to get let them go first. That didn't work. Thanks. I always go back and forth between floating it to slamming it. That's the perfect landing, lol. Honestly, and that's what I really tried to capture in the RJ when I helped them with the flight model, is this airplane is a slammer if you don't land it properly, but it can also float, and it's a very weird dynamic, and that's exactly how the airplane is. Reed used to fly the RJ as well, and I think Mo flies it currently, so they can attest to that. I'll definitely try it. Yeah, go watch the video. The video has exactly my technique in there. It doesn't work for everything. Well, it actually works for me quite well, but it doesn't work for everyone. Everyone has their own technique on landing the RJ, especially the 900. It's a very weird airplane to land. It's a slippery lawn dart, yeah. You used to, okay. Got a little bit of thrust here. Yeah, see this whole wing angle, what we're needing to maintain 7.7 is completely wrong. Unless they loaded the bags like morons or something. I'd add if you get the 5 degrees and the flare stop going higher, won't help. Tail strike in the 900 is about 9.5 with the main gear compression. Yeah, it takes quite a bit to tail strike this thing. You can flare it quite good and not run into that problem. Yeah, if you're tail striking the RJ, you're pitching. You're pitching. It's mostly power management. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, if you just do the Airbus style, chop it 30 and flare it off, ain't gonna work. Even the 3.7 can probably have a bit more lift. The RJ just falls if you chop the power. You ever have issues with the RJ after you move the throttle to idle? After N2 is at 20 where the engines doesn't start? No, I've never had that. What I have heard of people having this issue, you're going to want to make sure you have nothing in your controls, keyboard, yoke, anything bound to mixture. It will destroy the engine start sequence if you have everything bound to the mixture setting. (18.4) the CG, that's relatively forward as well. Yeah, I think the sim just doesn't load it correctly from SimBrief. Usually we're in the 16s area. Mo finally wants 1,000 feet per minute. We need another 1,500 to go, and then we're gonna start our descent here. Since we have so much fuel, I'm gonna accelerate. Let's do 0.81. Also, I noticed in this sim, in climb thrust, the airplane doesn't really have too much oomph. That'll have to be adjusted as well. But then obviously that'll throw off the climb performance, which is correct. Well, we had a tail strike recently, but that was an RJ200. Haha. Isn't that even harder, the tail strike? That's kind of interesting. From my memory of the 200, I never flew the 200, but we did all the sims and I got type rated in it. You would just go 50 feet, cut the thrust, 30 feet, nose to the horizon, maybe a little bit more, and wait. That's about it. You shouldn't have to do any more. Maybe it's used to the 900. The 900 you really have to do, like, actually flare it. Yeah, the two nose up low trailing gear was awesome. Yeah, it probably makes you feel like a rock star every landing. You can smash it in, but the trailing gear saves you every time. 0.81 approach, and we're just going to reduce our thrust a little bit. This will also get us a lot more under our max landing weight, which will be good for us later. This is a more reasonable angled attack for this altitude, but at this speed it'd be a little bit less as well. Well, the main struts are much lower, so it looks easier to tail strike. Crew had shear during flare and then just dropped it at wet OG. Alright. Yeah, fair. Yeah, wind shear can screw. I had a wind shear go around, although it didn't really feel like wind shear. I think it's more of a sensor problem, but you gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. Tip strikes in the deuce were pretty easy to get, but tail strikes are impressive. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm like, that's kind of interesting. Alright, we're gonna hide that user off the vertical stream. That's easy. I don't give people really, like, second chances. Someone wants to be, you know, joke around and do stupid stuff in the chat, I just ban them immediately. I don't have a, I don't have really a, 3 strikes you're out or whatever. I'm of the opinion that people don't change, or they're just kids, and I just don't want to put up with it. I don't mind kids watching, and if, of course, if they're mature, feel free, by all means. But if anyone's gonna act immature, adult or kid, we'll get rid of them. I take the CSD gaming mentality to this. Alright guys, let's get flight recorder out so I don't forget about it this time like yesterday night. Jeez, 1 strike, glad you're not DP. Yeah. You're out of here. I think I got a video of them striking it. Gotta see if I can find it. Uh-oh. Maybe you don't want to share it. I don't know if you're allowed to or not. Ages ago that was, but I'm looking for it. Yeah, no worries. Where's that queue? Nice. Not too far behind. This is around the time that I'd like to take my quesadillas now. The FAs come up and say they have some extra meals and food. Hey, Kyber, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. We're just mid-cruise here, going to be going over to Minneapolis. We're using, by the way, guys, we're using Flight Beams Minneapolis. If you guys wanted the scenery out of Toronto, which is Fly Tampa's Toronto or Flight Beams Minneapolis, you guys can pick them up on the Contrail shop, and I got a code down there that can save you some money with that. Flightbeam did send me their Minneapolis a while ago to showcase. We've been using it here and there on the stream. It's pretty cool scenery, and it works for 24 quite well. On the vertical stream, do you prefer the CRJ in 2020 or 24? They're kind of the same, to be honest. I guess 24 just because the visuals and my performance are a bit nicer. That's about it. But they're about the same. The flight model in 24 feels a little bit better just because of the advanced flight model that 24 offers. But thanks for subscribing and thanks for commenting as well. MCG, thank you. All right, coming up to the first restriction here. It's just above 24,000, which we could do that. Still need 1,000 feet per minute on that guy or more, and we're gonna start a descent. See what time it is here. I gotta go in the next 40 minutes, so this is gonna work out quite well. If you guys aren't subbed up in the chat, I'd appreciate if you guys would subscribe as well. We're trying to make it to 9,100 by the end of the week and 10,000 by the end of the month. Which one are we taking? We're taking 12 left. Kyber, yeah, go ahead. Feel free. Pretty fancy getting meal service in the CRJ. I know, yeah. Yeah, we got meals. If meals are left, we get them. Worst airline landing ever was was ILS to minimums on the RJ at night in Miami. Good times. Oh, Mini, sorry, I thought I heard Miami. Your first ever. I think my first landing was definitely a nice visual day. I think it was... I forget where it was. But my 5th or 6th landing was down to Mins, and you're kind of like, this is a little insane, but you get used to it. The worst that's gonna happen is you go missed. I try to take things from a very rational, you know, everyone gets a bit scared on not airline guys, but you know, people have this thing with, you know, down to minimums in the sim or high wind. Fly the approach, go down to the minimum, see the runway try, don't see the runway go around. Yeah, it's that simple. You don't have to get scared about the weather unless it's very convective and, you know, microburst and all that kind of stuff. That's a bit more concerning weather. But if it's just low vis or some wind, give it a try. If it doesn't work, chuck the engines up, flap 8, gear up, and go around. Can I still become a commercial pilot if I'm autistic? That would be... You'd have to go to an aviation specialist, doctor-wise. I have absolutely no idea. I'm not... I wouldn't be the one to answer that. Maybe someone in the chat knows, but I'm not sure at all. Trying to recall if you have a video with just briefings. I would love to reference it for a good approach briefing to study and practice with. I can definitely make one for you. I don't think I have one... You know, let me check. I thought I made some sort of video a long time ago. But if I'll make an updated one for sure. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I have this video. I just found it. It's quite old. It's about 5 years old. I'll probably make a new one. This is before I was even at the airlines. I'll post that in the chat there. Honestly, I think that was before I was even IFR rated, so there might be some wrong information in that. But take a look. See, hey, Fear, welcome. Thanks for subbing and commenting. Thank you so much for saying hi as well. Thank you for these videos. I updated my sim setup to model CRJ. I got the throttles from Protest because of you. I'm starting a regional soon and we'll be flying the 900, 700. Your videos help. Hey, I really appreciate that. Congratulations on getting your regional job there. Upwards and onwards from there. I hope you enjoy the CRJ. And after you land it a few times, you can let me know what you think about the flight model that we helped develop from this channel. Thank you for stopping by and thanks for commenting. Appreciate that. That's on the vertical stream as well, guys. Hey, Five Snipes, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. We're just going to be starting our initial descent here shortly. We need about another 600 feet per minute, and then we're going to start on down. Altimeter change to 3001. The wind now is 13 gusting 22. Not a big deal. 10 miles, few 55. And they're still arriving on 12 left. Cool. Guys, I'm watching, I just found on my phone that Full Flap Simulations is live as well. Go check out Full Flap Simulation. He's live as well. He's a real 737 pilot. Full Flap Simulations on YouTube, and I think he's live right now currently. Go say hi. Tell him I said I sent you guys over there. He's a really cool guy as well. Alright guys, let's start getting this all tuned up. For our descent, we'll put the cameras back on. And we're going to dial in 8,000 feet. After some carpal tunnel syndrome here. There we go. And we currently require a Camo 27. Perfect. Vertical speed. Let's go up to 3,000. We're going to start reducing our thrust. All the way nicely to idle thrust. And they want 280 through the transition, so we'll be able to do that. I just got back. Where are you? Meow. We're just on our initial descent into Minneapolis. Probably another 25-30 minutes away. Thanks for stopping back in. Skystream, hey, welcome. Question. I'm in the right here. Or am I in the right here? If you bounce 10 feet high, you should set toga thrust. It's not really a feetage towards it. It's if you bounce to go around. So, you know, most 99.9% of guys, if they have like a tiny little bounce, it's not really a bounce, but if you actually get like main gears both off the ground significant, and your kind of gut alarm goes off, then yes, it's a go around, and it's a and we practice that in the sim. It's a bounce to go around. We practice that in the sim. Low energy state go around, low energy, low levels. You are correct. Feetage, it's a word I've coined and made right now. Dilly, welcome. Thanks for stopping in. How are you? I'm doing okay. How are you, my friend? We're about to have some barbecue later tonight. 31.6 transitions over to indicated. We're going to transition to 280 as that's where the SID wants us. We're going to have a little bit of thrust in there for it. And this air conditioning sound you guys are hearing is basically what you hear in the RJ. It's just air conditioning sound. Okay, sounds good. Thought I was right. Yeah, you're right. You're good. I studied the 737 for a minute. Oh, you think you were saying you were doing like a type rating, like just for fun, like a type rating, like quiz questions online, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's see here. Camo wants 26. Everything's going well. We're still doing 3,000 per minute. For our 250 knot deceleration, guys, we're going to do 12 at 12. It works out quite well. At 12,000 feet, we're going to do 1,200 feet a minute idle thrust. And we'll work it on back down to 250 knots.
Yeah, mic check, please.
5x5.
Are you going to Minneapolis?
Check. Yeah, we are.
What's runway this guy's doing?
Say again?
What runway are you guys doing?
1-2 left.
Perfect.
All right, 280 above 12,000. We can make that happen. We just need to, I'll pop the boards out for a couple seconds just to get to 280, or else this thing's not going to really decelerate. The spoilers are the size of your forearm, so don't be too worried of using them. Just use them nice and gently. A couple clicks at a time. There's a good video of the 200 bounce landing in simulator demonstrating trying to land after it doesn't go well. yeah. There's basically the reason in the CRJ specifically, if you bounce to go around, if it's like a significant bounce, is the way I was taught and told was because of the logic behind the auto ground lift dumping system. So you know how the spoilers get deployed for you as your wheels touch the ground? Well, there's certain conditions that have to be met for that to happen. So weight on wheels, idle thrust, and I think it's below 7 feet. I think it's below 7 feet, weight on wheels, and idle thrust. There might be some other things in there of what it requires. But anyways, in CRJ speak, it doesn't have... The conditions aren't live in a sense, and they don't reset until you're above a certain altitude. I think it's like 20 or 30 feet above ground level. So basically, if you're below 10 feet or 12 feet, whatever, and you bounce, in the CRJ's brain, you had weight on wheels, check. You have idle thrust, or you had it, check. And you had below the altitude that it needs the spoilers to arm at. So if it has all of those three, it says, okay, so I'm going to put the spoilers down. So if you bounce and stand at a certain feet, and I forget what the altitude is for it to reset that brain in its auto spoiler logic. Basically, you bounce, go up in the air with idle thrust, and your spoilers will deploy in the air, and you come crashing hard down. So if it's a big significant bounce, it's right to toga thrust. That'll stop the spoilers from coming out, and it's a go around. Put some more spoilers out here as 280 is getting kind of away from me, and that's quite realistic. I found some decent type rating quizzes. Don't know if it's legal to use though, but I risk it. I think it'd be legal. It's not like military stuff, so I mean, it should be okay. Did you see the WestJet landing? Yeah, I think that was just mechanical. A mechanical failure. Honestly, it looked like a firm landing, but it was not a hard landing. Like, oh, sorry, it was a firm, like harder side of landing, but it wasn't like, you know, whoa, that was a super hard landing. There's been much harder landings. I've had harder landings than that, and I think that was just a gear collapse, or it got weirdly side loaded and just didn't like it. So. Hey, we got another subscriber there. Really appreciate that. Hope you comment as well. We have our chat turned to subscriber only, so if you guys want to subscribe and comment, that'd be my guest. Alright guys, looks like we need to be above 11,000 coming up here. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our spoilers retracted. We're at 12,000 feet, just getting to it, so we'll go 250 knots, 1,200 feet per minute. The autopilot reacts a little too quickly to the pitch commands, and that was fixed, but now it's not fixed anymore, so just know that I will be bringing that up next time we talk about fixing it. Yeah, about to do that Houston to MDW. No idea what that one is. Normally bounces were caused by thrust slightly above the idle on touchdown, causing the GLDs to not deploy. After the bounce, the common error was to slam the thrust levers back to idle, which caused the GLDs to deploy with the logic you explained. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think there was an accident that happened. There was a gear collapse that happened with that one on the 200. I wonder if that ever changed in the 900. I've never actually dug into it. I assumed it was the same, but maybe it got a bit smarter. But yeah, at 10 feet, I don't slam it, but I like to verify that I am at idle thrust. It's a pretty quick or violent idle thrust, I guess I do. I'm not really too delicate with it. I am at home because I don't want to break my Protoss and CRJ throttles, but let's see. They want us above 10. We're definitely not going to be. We're going to definitely be below 10 here. So let's go ahead and we're going to add a little bit of thrust, and we're going to go a vertical speed of about 200 feet per minute. Spoilers are retracted, guys. Looking all good. I'm going to set the camera up for the Thrustmaster, or the Protoss Sim CRJ throttles here, so you guys can see me use it. There you go. Yeah, there was a Jazz one. I think I remember it being the same across all variants. Yeah, I never looked into it. I just assumed it was the same. What is MRTW? Houston Midway. In what context? Is that, are you looking at performance? It's probably maximum takeoff or maximum runway takeoff weight, because some runways are different than others, so it'll give you a different weight per the runway. All right, we're past there. We can increase this ever so slightly to about 600 a minute or so. I'm gonna bring my back down. That should work out quite well. Let's go idle thrust, and we're gonna go 1,700 feet per minute. We'll do that. We're gonna have to use some boards to maintain 250. And it wants 230 there, so let's go ahead and do speed mode, descend 249, full spoiler, and we're gonna beat it to 8,000 feet there. And I'm gonna press vertical speed, so I have it set to where it was, happy at 250. We'll select 230 on the speed. There's 9 for 8,000 feet. Alt cap. Mini traffic, it's Jazz 719, 8,000, descending 6,000. On the Muscle 3 arrival, basically a left downwind, 12 left. Last call, switching over CPAF. Radio, bring that to the top. Slowing nicely, so this should be slowing a lot more. At idle thrust, leveling off, basically. It is taking its while to level off, but there's 230. We'll get rid of the spoiler. Made that restriction nicely, although it's taking years to alt cap. That's more of a sim problem. That's weird. It doesn't show me above the runway weight. I swear a week ago you were at 7,000 and now you're at 9,000. Yeah, dude, Duck, these subscribers are going up like crazy. I really appreciate it. All you guys subscribing. So we are going like, it's going nuts. So 10,000 by the end of the month is my goal. 12,000 by or 11,000 by October. We'll see if we do 1,000 a month. See if we can keep it going. I'm not going to complain. Most of the mission pieces started taking a lot of that nitty-gritty info out of the FCOMs and the PRMs after Bombardier sold the CRJ program. Some of the stuff got really hard to find. Yeah, they're like, let's hide all this stuff. All right, let's continue descending on down. We're going to go down to 3,000 feet at set and confirm descend to 30 idle thrust, and we'll go ahead and use some spoiler. I'll be right back and troubleshoot. Yeah, no worries, Skystream. Now, rear wheel, guys, is a good technique. Is anytime you're using the spoiler, is hold your hand there and hold the spoiler. That way you can have it. What I'm also going to do to kind of get this airplane to descend a bit steeper is I'm going to go vertical speed, 1600 a minute, which is going to slow me down a little bit. Go just a little bit under, because I don't like to do my flap one right at the max speed. Alright, we're going to go flap one. Oh, I forgot the belts. I always do that in the sim. Let's get this, the 10,000, lights on, pressurization, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Yeah, in the sim, I'm never thinking about FAs or people. I'm just talking to you guys and chilling. And there's no SOPs. We're going to go flap 8. We're going to go heading mode. We're going to go ahead and sequence this FMS. And the approach course was... Please, there it is, 121. We'll go green needles on the right, green needles on the left. The course is, of course, wrong, as it always is, but the course on the left is always right. So I told them that the course is never right on the FO side. So hopefully they'll go ahead and change that. 121 is what we want. It's taking a long time to scroll it. Alright, let's go ahead and turn our left heading here. Minneapolis traffic, Jazz 719, 5,000, setting 3,000, left base, runway 12 left, approximately 16 miles to the north. If you guys don't know what sequencing the FMS and all of that stuff is, I have it in my channel. A full approach, how to
traffic, Jazz 714, going on the downwind, runway 12 left, steam, passing steam already caused.
So how to sequence the approach and how to capture a localizer without it being without it going all weird on you. The CRJ in real life does have a lot of ILS capture issues, specifically with the localizer. I don't think it was modeled on purpose in the sim, but it is not entirely incorrect to be this bad. So what we do in real world is we're going to wait until this, right now we're left of track by 5 miles. We're going to wait till we're left of track by a mile or less. It seems like it's a little wrong in the sim as well. So we'll have to play this a little, we'll have to see it's not even moving. We'll have to play this a little bit with TLAR. That looks about right. Alt's cap 3,000 feet. But anyways, we'll get it working okay. The other thing is, guys, you want to make sure you're arming the approach under 12 miles in the sim, or else it gets a lot of false captures as well. And try to be around 180 knots, 190 area, and maybe about a 30 or 40 degree offset to it. So I'm going to go keep going this way, then I'm going to turn left a little bit to intercept a bit more. Got to see your channel is growing, you deserve it. Hey, I thank you. I really appreciate that, Duck. Thank you for stopping by as well. You should simulate an MEL one day like V1 does. You can't fail anything in the airplane. And if I do engine failure stuff, I don't want to give my company's SOPs away, so I don't really want to do that kind of stuff. But if the airplane came built in with MEL or failures and MELs built in, I would 100% do it. We could do like an APU and op kind of a day. I can do that if you guys want to do it, but yeah. Bell flights, what would you do your favorite plane? 787. Well, actually, if it was my choice, Concorde. We're going to arm the approach button now. It should say Loc 2, but it's Loc 0 glide slope arm. Is the yoke worth the upgrade from the Thrustmaster? 100 bajillion%. Loc 2 captured. The Moza yoke, 100 bajillion% worth it. My Thrustmaster, the sensors broke within like 4 months, and it's such a loosey-goosey feel compared to real life, it's not even close. The Pendular is kind of a cool feeling, but I think you get a lot more pros out of the Moza than you do cons. Or wait for the Winwing one as well. Loc 2's captured, glide slope capture, 3,000 is set for the mist. We're gonna go gear down. Got our reversers all armed. Minneapolis traffic, Jazz 719, 7 mile final, 12 left, mini. No one here to clear us to land. I'll do that myself. Awesome. We'll go flap 20. It's a little roughly 160. I'll catch up with the comments in a second, guys. I'm going to press the record for our flight recorder so we can have a replay after this. Yeah, if you do buy the yoke, Joser as well, I've owned the TCA yoke and I've owned the Moza. I have 2 reviews in this channel. Go watch my TCA yoke review when I got it. Go watch my Moza review. You can decide which one you want more. And if you do want the Moza, I have an affiliate link down in the description. It would mean the world if you'd use that code or that link as well. Flap 30. Just hopped in CRJ and the engine's fired up just fine. Weird how sometimes... Yeah, make sure, Matthew, you don't have anything bound to mixture. There's flat 45, a rep of 142 for the added gust factor.
Traffic Jet 714 left turn base directing Hamel for left runway 12 left, Minneapolis traffic.
I forgot to lock my office chair wheels there, so now I can actually use my rudders without slipping and sliding. Go flight director, or sorry, the autopilot disengage. We can cancel the flight director as well. Go to standby on those. I'm visual landing, visual calls. And we got a little bit of wind throwing us around here today. So this is where I was talking about the flight model doesn't feel that real anymore. Is this the wind modeling has changed in 24, and it makes the airplane fly a little interestingly, to say the least.
500.
Check stable.
400.
And around 300 feet, I'm going to get a mass shear. It always happens.
What's the wind situation over there?
Look at that full yoke. It's a bit of a weird flight model going on with the winds. That's what has to really kind of change.
100. Sync rate.
I'm on visual on the
50, 40,
happies here.
30, 20, 10.
It's pretty gusty, low-level wind shear. Very, very minute, around 4 to 500 feet. But I think it's a CRJ flight model problem.
Perfect. Well, I'm on a -8, so.
Yeah, I think your flight model will be better. I think it's just a flight model thing.
And 61, we got in just about fine on 12 left. No wind shear, but it's pretty choppy to get on final.
And many traffic, Jet 718 is clear all runways. Alright, we're going to park at Echo 3, but you guys know the drill. I don't park anywhere.
14, somewhere 10 miles out. Somewhere 12 left, one localizer, 1 left.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick some random gate. I'm going to stay started. And I am going to go ahead and watch our fellow guys come and land with us. We're going to go to the flying no camera mode here. And again, guys, I'm just going to pick a random gate. I'm going to leave the flaps all configured and all that kind of stuff because I want to go do the replay after this. And we're going to go watch these guys land. So let me go ahead and get parked up kind of out of the way. This airplane parks at Echo 3 in real life. But you guys were seeing how much aileron I needed to combat that wind. That's not real. I don't think I've ever hit the aileron stopper in the RJ. It'd be flipped over. All right, let's leave that. Let's press showcase mode. I'll get to your comments in a second here, guys. I don't see anyone just yet, but he said 10 mile final. It's a queue. It's probably take about 3 minutes for him to come on in. I'll read your comments here, guys. We do have the replay recorded and saved. Adam with the butter emoji, thank you for being a member and thanks for sending it to landing considering considerations. Yeah, thanks, man. Nice landing. That's the Moza. That is the Moza yoke. That is this is the Moza yoke. Yeah, I can put it on the camera for you guys. This is the Moza yoke right here. Really, really awesome yoke. I made an entire video on it. go check out my complete review on it if you guys want to see more of it. And I have my settings published and everything, so feel free to go watch all that. And again, I have a link down below you guys can use to purchase it. Thanks, Hazard. And thanks, more Right Rudder. I actually think I needed Right Rudder there. I think I used it. Or was it left? No, yeah, I'm already forgot what the crosswind was. Let's see if anyone's coming on by. We should have someone coming in shortly. This is 1-2 left, right? No, it's not. That makes sense. Oh wait, yes it is. Right? Because we just landed. Yeah, that's 1-2 left. Wait, we just parked over there.
Minneapolis traffic, Jazz 7714. We are 3 miles final, short final, runway 12 left.
No pressure, you're on tight.
Yeah, my cockpit is pointing the wrong way.
That's okay, you can fix it with your feet. I don't see him. But it's probably a VATSIM thing. I did see him on the start, so he's here somewhere. But yeah, what's wrong with the flight? Hey, Flight Sim Gaming, welcome. We doing the return? No, I'm off to a barbecue. I'm sorry. I know you probably can fly at this time, probably can't you? No, I'm off to a barbecue. I gotta bring all my suitcases and everything too with me because I'm on reserve. Hey, there he popped into existence. I guess I need a left rudder because he's off to the right. So I was remembering the wrong rudder that I needed. Here comes a nice Q400. I have a lot of friends who fly this airplane. Basically a turboprop CRJ, a high wing CRJ with props on it. But yeah, you guys saw like how much aileron I needed to combat that wind, and that's kind of the stuff that needs to get fixed. The drag and all that stuff is okay, but it's the wind handling that has to get fixed in 2024. I shouldn't require full aileron to outcompensate that, plus a little bit of rudder as well. To compensate for a wing drop, unless we're getting hit from some A380 wake or something. He's fighting hard. He's looking good. Let's see if he can align the nose after. There you go. Keep the power in to the last second. Some guys land with power in this thing. A little bit of a hard hitter. That's okay. Looks like the gear withstood it. There's something in the gear in the Q400 that actually has its Achilles heel. I forget where it is, where there's something in there that it will collapse actually quite easily if it's worn out. There comes the nice Q400 from Toronto as well. Thanks for flying, Evan. Really appreciate that. Just landed MSP. It's gusty. Solid, nice crosswind. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely there. I will say that 20 knots of crosswind in the sim feels like 25 or more. Like it maybe it's just like because I don't get the sensation, but it feels more than it actually is. I think that's it, guys. So we're gonna take off of we're gonna close vPilot, disconnect from VATSIM. We're gonna press replay, and we are gonna watch this landing here, guys. If you guys like the landing, be sure to subscribe, become a member, do all that fancy stuff you guys like to do. I appreciate it. And we are celebrating 9,000 subscribers, soon to celebrate 10,000 subscribers, hopefully here soon. There's the flare, kick over the nose, a little bit more, and she comes down. Not really looking for a, you guys know the channel, I'm not looking for butters necessarily. If you can get a nice landing, get a nice landing. But I'm more looking for centerline control, and in the touchdown zone, stopping for the end. That's kind of it. That's what we really go for. Go back over here. We'll show you the centerline control. Let's see how good we did today. Right there at 10 feet, you're just going to kick it over. Whole opposite aileron. Needed a little bit more. It started off good. We worked our way back. I find a natural tendency in real life, once the wheels touch, it kind of will weather vane itself, or just for the friction of the tires, not really weather vane, but the friction of the tires will kind of center it and kind of cancel all that wind. But it seems like in the sim, when the tires touch, that doesn't really happen. You kind of still have to like walk it down more. So I'll keep that in my mind for next time. Hey Aiden, welcome. What's going on, Mr. CMCI? How have you been, my guy? Happy Monday to you. Yeah, happy Monday to you as well. I'm doing pretty good. Winds at Los Angeles were gusting 30. Yeah, the highest wind I've ever been in. I wasn't pilot flying, I was pilot monitoring. We went to Quebec, and we had to divert and come back home. And we were coming back in 20, was it 20 or 30? I think it was like 32, gusting 39. That's the highest I've ever seen. And Captain had to fight hard. He were going in and out of climb thrust to make that one work. What are the winds? Honestly, they're not that much. It's like 15 gusts and what was it? 14 gusting 22. In the sim though, it looks like it's more than it is. Hey, thanks you, Michelle. Lucky, appreciate that. Fix the nose. Opposite aileron. I love that sound, man. When that nose gear hits the grooved runway. Give you another shot from outside here, guys. Actually, let me pause. I'll give you guys a cool shot from over here. I also find it harder in the sim in all airplanes to tell your where your center line is. In real world, it's a bit easier to see the 3D-ness of, yeah, this is where my center line is. It's kind of hard to tell that. And also when to judge the flare in the sim is a lot harder than real life. You can combat that with VR. And VR does actually a pretty decent job. But I find it on 2D, it's quite difficult to judge how high slash where a center line is and where it isn't. I've been simming for over 13 years, and real life landing from a visuals perspective is much nicer and easier to get that 3D perspective. When I use VR though in either Microsoft or DCS, it is much nicer. By the way, guys, speaking of VR, we have recently partnered with Pimax, so you can save some money down below, but we'll have a premiere video coming out later tonight at 7:30. We'll be premiering my review on the Pimax Crystal Light, so be sure to go to check that out. And during these rolls here, I was almost, you guys can go back in the video, we were fighting these winds hard. That's because of the new flight model. It's not correct with 2024. That's basically the main reason. Other than that, it flies pretty good. And that little cruise thing we found where the angle of attack is super high to maintain cruise. Other than that and the winds, everything else, the airplane performs really well in Flight Simulator 2024. All right, we'll give you one last landing here, guys, and we're gonna call it a stream. Welcome to Minneapolis. This is the flight that some of you guys will be taking for Flight Sim Expo. So if you guys are going to Flight Sim Expo, I will see you guys there in 2026. We've got another few months to go. But happy 9,000 subscribers. We actually picked up one more there to 67. I appreciate you. And come tune in at 7:30, guys. At 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll have our Pimax review as well. So thank you guys for watching. Evan says my landing was great. Yeah, man. That's the cue. You got to fight it all the way down. And we will close up shop here. Thank you guys all for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be doing the Citation and or the 727. See ya.